Did you know that more than 1/3 of Italy's entire land surface is covered by mountains? Or that you can travel from palm-lined Mediterranean beaches to snow-covered alpine passes in just a few hours? What if I told you that the only active volcano on mainland Europe is still alive and sits next to millions of people? Italy is a country most people believe they already understand. Ancient cities, famous food, timeless landscapes. But beneath this familiar image lies one of the most geographically complex and surprising nations in Europe. So settle in, because we're about to count upward from fact number 1 to fact number 10, unbelievable facts about Italy that sound fake, but are completely real. In 10th place, more than 1/3 of Italy's land is classified as mountainous. That's not just a few peaks on the horizon. 35.2% of the entire country rises above 800 meters, with the steep slopes that cut across the landscape. The Alps dominate the northern border, forming a natural wall between Italy and the rest of Europe. The Apennines stretch like a backbone for 1,350 kilometers down the peninsula. This vertical framework does not just look dramatic on a map, it shapes everything from rainfall and temperature to where people build their homes. In a nation famous for rolling hills and sunny beaches, it's easy to forget that mountains are the defining feature, setting the stage for Italy's wild climate contrasts and regional identities. Number 9. Italy packs more climate zones into its compact borders than any other country in Europe. How can a place the size of Arizona feel like an entire continent? The answer is a wild patchwork of climates, all squeezed together by mountains, seas, and shifting latitudes. Using the Köppen system, Italy contains at least 5 main climate classes: hot summer Mediterranean along the coasts and in Sicily, humid subtropical in the Po Valley, oceanic in Liguria, cold continental and even subpolar up in the Alps, and rare pockets of semi-arid in Sicily's interior. In just a few hours, you can drive from snow-covered peaks to palm-lined beaches. France and Spain, both much larger, host fewer zones per square kilometer. This dense climate mix shapes everything from wine varieties to winter fog, setting up even stranger extremes as you head south toward Africa. In 8th place, Lampedusa isn't just Italy's southernmost island, it's closer to Africa than to the Italian mainland. How can a part of Italy sit just 113 kilometers from Tunisia, yet more than 200 kilometers from Sicily? Lampedusa actually rests on the African tectonic plate, not the European one, making it a true geographic outlier. This tiny island has become a gateway for thousands of migrants each year, with more than 40,000 arrivals recorded in 2023 alone, according to UNHCR. The journey across the Mediterranean is perilous, but for many, Lampedusa is the first European landfall. Beyond the headlines, the island is also a biodiversity hotspot. Its beaches, especially Isola dei Conigli, provide critical nesting grounds for loggerhead turtles, a species listed as vulnerable by IUCN. Lampedusa's unique position brings together continents, cultures, and crises, reminding us that Italy's borders stretch much farther south than most maps suggest. Number 7. Could one lake really contain both alpine cliffs and Mediterranean hillsides in a single sweep? Lake Garda, Italy's largest lake, stretches across 370 square kilometers and plunges to a depth of 346 meters. A glacial basin carved during the last ice age. At its northern tip, sheer limestone walls rise straight from the water, echoing the drama of the Alps. But drive south along its shores and the landscape transforms. Olive groves, lemon trees, and rolling hills bask in mild breezes, creating a microclimate that feels more Riviera than mountain. This sudden shift isn't just scenic. Garda's unique shape and depth buffer winter chills, letting subtropical plants thrive just a few kilometers from snowy peaks. Beneath the surface, the lake guards a Bronze Age secret. In 1970, divers discovered a prehistoric village submerged at a depth of 12 meters, with wooden stilts and artifacts preserved for over 3,000 years. Lake Garda stands as a living boundary between Italy's rugged north and its temperate heartland, proof that the country's geography can change in the blink of an eye. Number 6. How can a single plain feed nearly half a country? The Po Valley stretches across 46,000 square kilometers, forming Italy's agricultural powerhouse. Built over millennia by alpine rivers depositing rich sediment, this vast plain produces about 40% of Italy's rice, wheat, corn, and dairy. It is not just farmland. Major cities like Milan and Turin rise from its flat expanse, blending industry and agriculture in a way few places can match. But this abundance comes with risks. The valley's low, fertile ground is prone to floods and pollution, making it both Italy's breadbasket and its most vulnerable heartland. Number 5. How can a single river shape the fate of an entire region? The Po River stretches 652 kilometers from the snowfields of the Alps all the way to the Adriatic Sea, carving a path through northern Italy that supports both cities and crops. Its basin covers an astonishing 71,000 square kilometers, making it the country's largest waterway by far. The Po is not just a ribbon of water, it is the backbone of Italy's industrial and agricultural heartland, irrigating rice paddies and powering factories alike. But this lifeline is under threat. In 2022, the Po's flow dropped to a 70-year low, exposing cracked riverbeds and sparking fierce disputes between farmers and energy companies. Hydrology reports warn that droughts like this could become the new normal, putting millions of livelihoods at risk. Italy's greatest river is a reminder that even the most essential resources can be fragile, and that the country's natural extremes are as real as they are surprising. Number 4. How can a volcano threaten millions in the heart of a modern European city? Mount Vesuvius is the only active volcano on mainland Europe, a fact that sounds exaggerated but is completely real. Its most infamous eruption struck in 79 AD, when a towering ash cloud, described by Pliny the Younger as like an umbrella pine, buried Pompeii and Herculaneum in a matter of hours. That disaster killed thousands and left a permanent scar on history, but Vesuvius is no relic. Its last eruption came in 1944, sending lava and ash over Naples even as World War II raged nearby. Today, more than 3 million people live within the official red zone, an area mapped by Italy's National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology as most at risk for future eruptions. Scientists monitor the mountain around the clock, but the stakes remain enormous. A single event could force the largest evacuation in European history. Vesuvius stands as a constant reminder that Italy's beauty and danger often go hand in hand. Number 3. How can a volcano be both a constant threat and a source of abundance? Mount Etna towers over eastern Sicily at about 3,357 meters, making it the highest active volcano in Europe according to the latest INGV measurements. Etna isn't just a distant peak. Its slopes are home to more than 200 recorded eruptions, with minor lava flows visible as recently as 2024. The danger is real, but so is the opportunity. Etna's frequent eruptions blanket the land with mineral-rich ash, creating some of the most fertile soils in Italy. Vineyards thrive in this volcanic earth, producing the celebrated Etna DOC wines that have gained international recognition. Local farmers call it black gold, risky but rewarding. Life here is a balancing act between awe and anxiety, as communities rebuild after each eruption, turning devastation into harvest. Etna stands as proof that Italy's most dangerous forces can also be its most generous, shaping not just the landscape, but the culture and economy of an entire region. Number 2, how can a country smaller than New Mexico claim nearly 7,900 kilometers of coastline and around 450 islands? Italy's shore is anything but ordinary. From the steep, wind-battered cliffs of Liguria to the soft, golden sands of Sardinia and the black volcanic beaches of Sicily, the variety is staggering. This sprawling ribbon of land meets the sea in countless forms: hidden coves, bustling ports, and wild, rocky outcrops. Despite its moderate land size, Italy's coastline rivals those of much larger nations, supporting rich fisheries, tourism, and unique coastal cultures. Strict laws like the Legge Galasso ban new buildings within 150 meters of the shore, protecting these landscapes for future generations. The sheer length and diversity of Italy's coastlines make the peninsula feel almost like an archipelago, stitched together by water as much as by land. And finally, in first place, how can a country just 1,340 square kilometers in size feel as vast and varied as an entire continent? Italy ranks only 10th in Europe by area, yet it contains a dizzying mix of extremes: towering mountains, sun-soaked coasts, active volcanoes, sprawling plains, and a patchwork of climate zones packed tighter than anywhere else on the continent. All these features, so different they seem impossible to fit in one nation, are squeezed into a space smaller than New Mexico. Italy's geography isn't just remarkable, it's almost unbelievable. If these facts change the way you see the map, hit like, subscribe for more surprising geography, and check out our other documentaries. Tap your screen now. You won't regret it. Across all 10 facts, one thing stands out. Italy's geography defies expectations, packing astonishing extremes into a space smaller than California. This pattern shapes its climates, cultures, and daily life, reminding us that even the most familiar places can hold the wildest surprises. Like, subscribe, and discover more unbelievable geography with us.